everybody, and welcome to the Pathfinder playtest. It's time to play some tests and find some paths, but before we do that, I have to begin as I promised. Kat, let's talk about Persona.
Okay.
How's it going?
It's going really well. I'm just still in June, so I haven't met whoever it is that you're excited about.
It's fine. It's fine. How are you feeling about the game? I saw you tweet about it.
Yeah. I love it so much. Like everything about just the aesthetics of this game, and then also like every single question they ask in school so far is like exactly all of the stuff that I know and care about. I was English and philosophy with a focus on mind and brain philosophy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it's just like specifically this game is so up my alley. It's not funny, and I'm like excited to go back and play the other Personas, but also it's never going to be this good.
Right?
So
yeah. I mean, four is pretty solid too. But yeah, I definitely feel like someone like, you know, we were talking a little bit before we started about getting philosophers to play role-playing games. I feel like if you sat Carl Jung down and were like, "Hey man, here, I got this video game for you. It's called Persona. What do you think?" He'd just be like, "Yes, very good. I like these Japanese teenagers. I understand."
The thing that it's really done. So my parents eloped to Japan, and then I was almost born there. But so like throughout my entire youth, there was a lot of Japanese junk in my house, and
I assume you mean like trash, and not like boats.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
good.
Just like I don't know.
Yeah, Japanese boats, Adam.
Just bric-a-brac, and most of like our family food staples are Japanese, so I have curry frequently, but I've never had it with coffee before, and that's like it's happening this week. I'm gonna let you guys know.
I wonder how often people do things like that, where they will try like a food, or they'll try doing something as the result of playing a video game, like a bunch. Like I remember the last time. What's that, Dave?
A lot,
right?
Yeah. That's as a kid, I started wearing bike gloves because of Pokemon. So yeah, confirmed a lot.
There you go. I'm trying to think if I've ever been. I almost got influenced in Persona 4. One of the like energy beverages you can get is placenta juice, and I tried so hard to find some in Japan, not because I think it'd be good, but because I was like, what the hell does this taste like? I gotta try it.
I saw that. I just got it out of the vending machine by the washing machines, and what the heck is it?
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently it's good for you, and it sounds so gross, but I was like,
so
you know what? I would. It's fine. I try this. Yeah. There's
restores your soul points.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah.
Nice.
The real issue would be if you really, really liked it and then never find it again.
That's the worst. Yeah, you want to do that. I had a what was it, a persimmon flavored Kit Kat in Japan the first time that I was there, and I've never eaten them since. And
that sounds heavily.
I think about it every time I'm in like a 7-Eleven.
Same thing for me and many things in China.
Right? Yeah, because Elf, you lived overseas for a while.
For a year,
hey? Yeah.
Did you know that strawberry milk there is not strawberry flavored milk, but milk with pieces of strawberry in it?
Whoa!
What?
That sounds wacky. So good.
Like just like chunks of like
when you buy like a chocolate milk, or like like the little fucking containers of stuff. The strawberry
one has strawberries in it.
Milk with pieces of strawberry in it.
Okay, all right, sure. Huh. It's like bubble tea, but with chunks of fruit. Good.
It was good. I had one like every day on the way back from work. It was great.
Yeah. It is strange getting into that place where you have these like rituals or habits or just food that you get because it's around, and then moving. I think we forget like even Canada and America is pretty different that way.
And the best part about it though is if you buy the same thing at the same convenience store all the time, the lady who can't understand any of the words I say knows exactly what I'm gonna do and buy. Therefore, if it isn't there, she knows what the fuck to tell me. Right. It was one of those things where like so much of it was rituals because I couldn't talk to anybody.
I have personally a weird thing where as soon as someone who operates a store or a restaurant or whatever starts to recognize me, I never go there again. Like that's the easiest way to get me.
It's so
I know, but it's the easiest way to get me to never go somewhere ever is being like, "Hey, Adam," the usual, and I'm like right back out the door. I just Grandpa Simpson that shit. I get my hat and I walk out, and I'm never.
Delicious bakery up the street, and they figured out that I kept ordering the crepes, and nope, haven't been back since. I can't do it.
Right, which is why I love there's a Japanese bakery near my house where the people that work there, I've gone enough, and I, you know, I'm a fairly distinct looking person. They recognize me, but never say anything. Like I know and they know, and I always order the same thing, and they always act like they've never seen me before.
That's ideal. That's the sweet spot.
You guys are weird.
I mean, nobody's disagreeing with that. That is true. We are weird, but yep, that's just like instant repellent to me. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get through the next castle by the time we meet next. So hopefully I'll have Persona updates.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, keep us up to date. Elf, what have you been up to?
Well, I've been playing a lot of Hollow Knight.
Yeah, you were saying that.
Oh my god, it's so good! I love it so much.
That's good. That's a nice feeling.
Like so good. It's been a long time since I've been like, this is a game I like a lot.
Yeah. Man, that feeling is so good. Are you finding yourself like wanting to play it off stream?
Well, yeah, and I did. I like did some grinding off stream and stuff, which was good because I needed some extra monies. But yeah, it's really good. The art style is super nice. The music is really like thematic and like fits with the areas and all of what you're doing. The bosses are ranging from like super easy to ridiculously challenging, and I love it so much. Like
I feel like
if you put something in front of me and tell me you can't do this, it's too hard, I will fucking tear it down.
I knew that about you. That being told you can't do this is the best way to get Elf to try to do something really hard. That's good.
But yeah, so it's super good, and I can't help but think bugs are cool. Like when you scale bugs up to like people sort of like, you know, when you're interacting with it on the same size as bugs, there's so many cool bug things you can do. There's so much cool bug stuff out there, and we need more cool bug D&D stuff. There's not enough. There's one area.
It's polarizing.
There is one area of that place that I hate. There's one single zone that I hate a lot. It's called Deep Nest.
Yeah.
And it is, you go in there and skittering sounds are in your headphone the whole time. No. And like stuff is moving on like the front of your screen, so to speak. Like it's not interactable. It's just like a black shadow of a spider just goes across the screen.
So like permanent like, itchy feeling.
Fuck. Yeah, it's like very itchy and claustrophobic and like, yeah, like bad. But it's meant to feel like that because it's spiders in a game with bugs, you know, like it makes sense.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like role-playing games that feature.
There
like,
are. I looked.
Mouse Guard has some like bug stuff, but they tend to be like
bugs are not intelligent.
Like, yeah, they're like animals. There's insect spirits in Shadowrun, which are like a fun antagonist. That's kind of fun, but that's more like The Fly, right? It's more like Cronenberg than it is like bugs.
Kind of, yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
I don't know. I was just like, Hollow Knight is cool. I would like to design me a Hollow Knight guy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I want to make a cool character. Like, there's a bunch of cool characters I've run into who I'm like, this would be a great D&D party, but like with a stag beetle who's like got a big stick and like a little cool mantis lady with a needle and you know like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you see mammals get anthropomorphized way more often than bug types. Yeah,
that's I'm probably not going to get to play it again because of like finding people that do it, but what is it? Invisible Sun has this subplot in it that's like spiders versus ants, and that's like all of the stuff involving like the way that game plays out. I just want someone to do a campaign about that. It feels like it'd be really fun. Like, why spiders versus ants? Why is that what's going on in their whole, that's like the whole magic dichotomy that they have set up. But like I did it a little during the one stream that I used to do. And good times. Spiders are not the bugs that scare me. So just like a fun, potentially spooky thing.
Yeah, spiders are the good guys in the Shadowrun, like for the spirits, spider spirits, because they hunt and kill the bug spirits, and the bug spirits they're not friends which is kind of a nice. It's nice to see spiders presented as not.
I mean, basically, what I'm saying is Hollow Knight is a good game. If you like any kind of platformer, 2D challenging boss fight game, you should definitely play it. There's a lot of cool platforming sections, and like the movement feels really smooth, and the fights are super cool and awesome and really well framed. Also, I don't know if I like bugs. Bugs are cool.
I like bugs.
That's it.
Fair. You know? Yeah. Distracted elf, real life Golgari.
It's true. I do like bugs.
Dave, I wanted to say thank you. It's so nice to see you before you disappear from the internet forever. Dave was telling me Dave's going on a deep hiatus from the internet very soon. Why is that, Dave? Why are you avoiding the internet?
Japanese release date for Kingdom Hearts 3 is tomorrow, and I'm not looking at anything. Not. So my retweet of this show was the last tweet you'll see from me for at least a week. And Reddit as well, they can fuck off forever. I mean, you can fuck off generally. I should probably just keep that, wasn't it?
Right. Well, and I'm wondering about that. Like, I'm wondering if you're going to come back and be like, you know what? I don't need any of this stuff. Like, you're going cold turkey for Kingdom Hearts, but maybe some of it's going to stick. I'm very curious to see how that experience is, because as someone who is like very deeply entrenched in that space, I can't imagine being like, I'm just going to not look at Twitter.
Holy
for a
shit.
week.
Yeah. I would have nightmares.
It wouldn't be possible. Like I needed to live.
Yeah. I've deleted the like the little, whatever they're called, the bookmarks off of my browser and stuff. So I'd have to type it in manually, and hopefully that's enough to be like, no.
Well,
we'll see. I'm very, very, very excited.
I applaud your discipline. I think that's cool. It's cool to like avoid. I'm bad about spoilers in the sense that I will, for a little while, I'll be like, I'm gonna try to avoid learning anything about this. I can't really do the thing for like a week or whatever, but I would take a look. I gotta see what's going on.
I throw myself into spoilers with the nihilistic glee of someone who doesn't care.
Yeah, I knew that about you, actually. I think we talked about that once, where you're just like, no, I don't. I just
it doesn't matter.
Read the last page of the book first. Forget it. It doesn't matter.
Dumbledore dies or whatever. It's fine.
There is a whole thing. Like, there's this mythology of like the experience of knowing or not knowing and how that affects our enjoyment of the thing. And I think it's very personal, because I know everybody has like a slightly different vibe about getting spoiled. For some people, it just like ruins the thing, and for others, it's no big deal.
For this very specifically, and the reason I'm doing it like this is to do with the way I've always been with the Kingdom Hearts stuff. It's very childhood nostalgia based for me, and going back and playing Kingdom Hearts 2 recently, I was like, yeah, I want to feel like I remember how I felt like when I played this in school.
Right.
I don't want to know what's going to happen. I want to pretend that it's like it came out 10 years earlier and I was finding it all out for myself, and eventually I'd buy a walkthrough for my second or third try.
But also Kingdom Hearts is so impenetrable. How can that not be the truth, just generally, right? Like, finding out what's happening in Kingdom Hearts, like on any deep level, has always felt like a complete mystery to me. I know it's got Disney stuff, and I've played through both of the main releases, but I think remember, I know what's happening.
Remember though, Elf, Dave has been inducted into the inner circle of Kingdom Hearts understanders. Like, you could make a list of maybe like 100 people that actually get what Kingdom Hearts is about, and Dave would be allowed into that secret club. They know the handshakes.
Yeah. I remember we had back when I was like in secondary school, when we were waiting for Kingdom Hearts 2 to come out, I found the science club split off, and it became part of it became a D&D club, which the science teacher ran. And I met some people there who had Kingdom Hearts stickers on their like graphics design binders, and we went full into it. Like, we'd seen the trailer and the secret ending for the first one, and we were like a group of people who'd sit together at lunchtimes and theorize what the plot was going to be. So I've always been super into that.
It's nice. It's nice when you get a sequel to something that you like really care about.
Yeah,
I felt that way when Blade Runner 2049 came out. I was just like, it's even if this is terrible, it'll be interesting that we get more of it.
I still haven't actually seen that.
It's good.
It's
enjoyed
good.
it. Yeah, I thought it was good.
I thought it was a cool film.
Yeah. Well, cool, Dave.
Yeah,
It's nice to see you. Good luck on your sojourn into the darkness, and I hope that Kingdom Hearts 3 is everything that you could have hoped for. I hope that's what I want for you.
It's got Toy Story in it. I love Toy Story.
Josh, how are you doing? I was saying earlier, Josh is very dramatically lit. I like this like side lighting desk lamp, Josh. It's good.
Yeah, it's definitely just a desk lamp.
Yeah, no, it's good. You don't need nobody needs to know that. You can just be like, yeah, this is my professional lighting setup. It works.
Yeah, it's too late. It's just literally, this is a lamp that I found like the second or third week I was in Portland on the street, and I was like, I need a desk lamp. So I picked it up and carried it home, and then one day I decided I would use it for my professional stream lighting.
You did it.
Yeah. I will say that my recommendation, if you are planning on using an exceptionally cheap found on the street resource for your professional lighting, shell out a couple extra dollars and get a full spectrum light bulb.
Yeah.
That's like legit, as opposed to using a conventional light which has more like yellow in it or whatever. Having a full spectrum light that like pulls out some blue, it has a little more blue in the whatever, it helps. It's also better for reading, helps you focus.
There you go. Lighting tips from Josh.
Yep.
Besides finding and scavenging lamps for your setup, what have you been up to? You playing anything fun?
I just got back from PAX South.
Yeah, how was your talk? How did it go?
It was all right. So I teamed up with some of the folks from Black Nerd Problems, and we had a talk about representation and diversity in the pop culture space, and some of the ways that things are going well, and some things that could be improved. PAX South is an interesting show because it feels like so many of the big companies forgot it existed or chose not to acknowledge it exists. And the cool thing about it is that it makes for a space where people who might have gotten lower sight time otherwise have a chance to kind of shine.
Yeah, I agree.
The catch there is that a lot of press doesn't really show up to PAX South because everybody blows their marketing budget on, you got GDC coming up in March, and plus any of the Q4 rush, like right here at the beginning of the year is when all the AAAs are kind of quiet. And so I heard a number of discussions from different people talking about whether or not it was a good thing or a bad thing that like Twitch wasn't there at all.
Yeah,
like they just didn't show up. And I think a number of companies regard PAX South as sort of like the Midwest or the flyover states of PAX. And I think that is kind of disheartening because there's a lot of cool things happening in the flyover states. Yeah. And as somebody from the Midwest, that's, a space where I realize that there are a lot of really interesting stories being told and a lot of people doing really cool work. And I would love to find more of an opportunity to highlight what's taking place there.
Yeah, I was saying this earlier, kind of at the end of last year, how it seems to me like, yeah, there's the usual cool stuff going on in role-playing games in like Seattle and LA and New York, but like every time in the last little while something cool has happened, I've been like, hey, this group looks neat, or like, hey, this seems like a cool project. It's Chicago. Like it's just like constant, like every time something is cool, I'm like, hey, these people are in Chicago. So just keep an eye, Illinois, bringing the noise this year. But yeah, I think you're right about PAX South, right? There's this thing with conventions where the first year nobody went to kind of like, because they were like, I don't know, we'll see if it grows. Second year, a bunch of companies were like, because like Twitch was there the second year and a bunch of other big companies, and then they all kind of backed off, which, like you said, like leaves room for other people because it still happens. It's a big convention space, and there are people going, and there's like material available there, which is cool. It gives people, like you said, a platform. But yeah, you want to have a balance of both, right? You want the press to come and you want people to care about it, but you don't want to get drowned out by like Jeeps blaring Fortnite dubstep at everybody. Right? It's like there's a delicate balance, and I don't know that. I think you kind of have to go to multiple cons to be able to get that full experience.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But otherwise, PAX South was good. It was good to you. You had a good time.
Yeah, it was a good show. Hung out with some friends in San Antonio, and otherwise just got to play some good games. A lot of Portland devs were at PAX South, interestingly, so that was kind of cool. And because I know a number of them, so it was cool to play games that they were putting together. And
I always feel that way when I go to a show and I run into like a dev group from Vancouver. I'm like, hey, I recognize you. We have friends in common. Or like, I know you're from the same place I am, and we would never otherwise get a chance to hang out, even though we live in the same city. But it's like, hey, we're here at this event. Nice to
That's
see you.
usually how that
It's
works.
good thing,
You
yeah.
see people more often at conventions than you do when they live across town.
Yes, yeah, definitely. And for me, playing like my relationship with Andrew, somebody else that we play games with, was like that, where we live in the same town and we never got a chance to hang out, but we played every week. We played D&D, sometimes twice a week. We play role playing games together. It's like, well, like I can't leave my house. I'm busy with stuff, but I can invite you to be busy with the same stuff as me.
Yeah,
which is nice. And then cons, I think, are a good like breath of fresh air. Like, I think the first time we met in person was like at a crosswalk at TwitchCon, right? It's like, hey,
Yeah.
you're real, you exist. Yeah, so now we get to do that whenever we intersect at conventions. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Well, I guess you're back now, so that's nice. I recognize the background of the shot, so that's fun.
Strange basement area. Yes. Back home for now, for the time being. Who knows where I'll be in, next week, whatever.
That's right. I heard they were making a new Carmen San Diego. I just didn't know it was you.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I try to stay active and also wear red hats and yellow scarves.
Those are the three things I knew about you when I was introduced. Like, Josh likes to stay active. You never know where they are at any given time. Also, strange wardrobe.
Yep.
Good. Let's play some Pathfinder. You've dispatched the elementals. You did it. They're done. You beat the air and the fire one, and then you beat the other ones. You have the 4 elemental crystals. I think it's time to go and fight Golbez now. So
that sounds correct.
Yeah, so you're in the tomb of Tular Seft. It's been 8 days since you were given this mission. You crossed the plains, climbed the hill, made friends with a giant scorpion, and have made your way into the tomb itself, and are now slowly unlocking its mysteries. Plunderfist is enormous, though not for very much longer, and everyone survived. So maybe when we tune back in, the opening shot is of Plunderfist sort of returning to normal size.
Oh no, this is yeah, all right, fine.
So everybody's I was gonna say everybody's doing okay, but I can see from here that Plunderfist and Parcel both are not doing so okay.
Elementals are tough, man.
Yeah, you've been drubbed somewhat soundly by these elementals.
We were lit on fire.
Yeah. I'll take the little fire indicator off you. You are no longer on fire. But yeah, you now have in your possession 4 sort of crystalline rune scratched eggs. They're in your possession now, and as Plunderfist predicted, I guess the next step is to go looking for whatever it is that you need 4 elemental gems to do. So do you want to try and take a break? This may not be the best place to take a rest on account of the lava and the smoke. But if you wanted to go and find somewhere to rest, you certainly could. I don't know, Brard, what's your healing spell situation like right now?
I was actually just checking that. Yeah. Where is? I think I'm low.
I think so too. I remember you throwing around a ton of them.
Yeah, because I took a picture of the spell book that I created because I was remote. Yeah, I used all my my heals are gone.
Okay. All right.
So I'm thinking we should probably go back outside.
Yeah. Can we go back outside? Yeah.
Do we have time? Though?
I mean, that's all right for you to say, isn't it? I've been locked on like 9 times.
Oh yeah, all right.
Part of the fun of this dungeon is that we don't know. We just don't know.
All right, sure.
Unknown unknowns. Things we don't know that we don't know.
Do you have a bath on the way out? I'm a bit crispy.
It's true.
Let's see. I've got Donde.
I mean, if you could somehow redirect the lava from this room into the water pool or under the water pool of the other room, you get yourself a good little elemental jacuzzi going on.
Oh, that'd be good. Oh, shoot. I always click the wrong thing when I'm trying to. Sorry, friends.
How dare you clutter up the chat box that is supposed to be used for putting in information? How dare you use it for its purpose? It's all right.
Inappropriate. All right. Yeah, I think we should probably take off. I don't think I've even. Yeah, I'm completely out of heals.
Yeah, we won't get past whatever's behind the door if we don't have heals. They're important.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So let's try and head back outside at least.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fine. Like there's no, the path to outside is pretty brief, right? It's not very far. This doesn't seem to you, because it was sealed, right? This isn't the sort of wandering monster type of a dungeon. Say what you will about Tular Seft, his tomb is sealed up tight. So, or it was until you open the back door. So at this point, going from where you are to getting outside to a place where you can rest, it's just a matter of taking the time to do it. And that at this point is something that it seems like maybe you still have. The mountain is trembly, right? It's moving quickly towards eruption.
Trembly, yes, that's very accessible.
Yeah, I mean, you can feel it, is what I'm saying. Like occasionally there'll be like a rumble in the mountain. It hasn't full on started belching ash into the sky. We're not talking Iceland situation yet, but
I think that's actually an industry term. Like that's how they're like the volcano is trembly, and then you're like, okay, well, let's bring out our trembler scanners.
Yeah, the trembloscope,
tremblometer, as some would call it.
Yeah, it's just a well-trained dwarf.
Thank you for introducing us to this wealth of technical terms, Josh.
It's okay. I've got a background in trembology, and unfortunately, I don't get to use that degree very much. But it's okay. I could have gone to grad school.
I remember as a youth being disappointed when I learned that a volcanologist was not someone who studied Star Trek.
Yeah, those days are sad.
Yeah, it was a hard lesson to learn as a child. Okay, so you're gonna go outside. It is, it's evening. It's still like warm out. You're high up in the mountains, so there's a little bit of a chill in the air. It'll get colder as it gets darker. But you've rested in this little kind of antechamber before, right? You guys.
I just leave part of myself on fire.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Can't get cold if you're on fire.
Yes.
So you climb down the side of the mountain, down the little path into the area where you first met the knoll leader, and the mountain hangs above you, ominous as you take a rest. So let's do the thing. Brard, I believe you are doing treat wound.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's do it till you get the crit fail.
Yep. All right. Come on, friend.
And then you'll get your spells back at the end of that. Parzel, are you gonna? What's your elf skill gonna be?
I'm gonna take intimidation instead of athletics.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm trying to think of a time when this nasal twerp was intimidating, and it's pretty difficult.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. That's so I guess one time she was just like stayed up 4 days straight studying for a thing, and then her roommate came in with like loud music playing out of an elf boom box, and she turned and was just like,
Turn that off.
and it was terrifying. just not the roommate, just like, okay, and backed out and left her be. So she's really internalizing that and becomes more intimidating.
Right. Okay. Putting on angry roommate effect.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay.
Some good healing so far. Thank you.
Yeah. So the first one's a no-go. The second is a regular success and then a crit. So the regular success is con mod times your level, and then the second one is like 3 times your level.
Con mod times your level plus 3 times
plus
your
3
level.
times your level. A lot, basically. Okay.
We need more?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay, so there's a third one.
Third one. 4. I need 1 more success.
There
That
you
would
go.
do.
Okay. And if Plunderfist is full, then so too Parzel, you will be at full hit points.
Yep. Thank you.
I think Puzzle. How many hit points do you have? You
30.
might have like the same as me. Oh, okay. No, okay.
No.
Yeah, no.
Was it Lydia who has more HP than me? I think Lydia.
I have 56.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yeah. Which is why you're the tank, Plunderfist.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm really not good at melee. Okay.
Yeah, that's more the thing. Like I have to stand back here. I have crossbows. I can't use them close up. So yeah.
Can though.
Okay.
Certainly good.
All right. So so that's the end of the 8th day. And we find ourselves ready to head back in.
It doesn't erupt like overnight. We just die.
Yeah,
We don't
actually,
just die.
Thanks for coming, everybody. It just erupts and you all
That
die.
would be hilarious. We're like, we just done the preamble. We went to go rest. Volcano explodes. Everybody's dead. Show's over.
Yeah. I mean, you go out on a bang, I guess. All right.
With a tremble.
That's right. Well, the tremble first, then the bang.
Would you like enlarged person prepared again? Do you want to? Yeah.
Unless there's something
Yeah.
you want.
That eager nod. Yes, please.
Cool.
All right, it's time to go back exploring, and I think this is the way that we want to go. So we got up to like here, and we've not seen what's around the corner.
Okay.
Follow me, friends. I'm back in the tunnel. I'm up here.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna head up through the tunnel that way, and much like the one to the south, this tunnel widens and takes a sharp, or I guess like a 45-degree turn as you get there. Parzel's gone the other way, and so the two of you are kind of just like looking around, scoping it out, and it seems clear, right? Like these hallways are larger. But as dusty and seemingly unoccupied as the others.
Dun, dun, dun.
So
There's some circles on the ground.
Yeah. So as you round this corner, everyone, you come to a circular room. I will describe it to you. So ahead of you, we'll pull you down this way. So you can see here, a straight hallway separates an ornate stone door on the western wall from a circular room to the east. The door, which is this side, as you can see, the door has no latch or lock and depicts a sagacious man in relief. The man is not relieved. The man is not relieved. He's just a sagacious. The door is a relief. I don't know how the man feels.
Does he float above the ground?
No.
Does he
on a pole? Yeah.
He wears a robe and holds a book and quill across his chest. Golden accents inset in the stone give him a sense of majesty, but his eyes are gone, gouged out of the stone and filled in with tarry black paint. The circular room has a low ceiling and 4 concentric circles on the floor around a dais in the center. Each of these circles features a glowing object or phenomenon within its ring. The outermost ring emits an orange flame from a small spout. The next ring has a protrusion, a translucent purple stone that glows faintly. The third ring is inset with a small circular basin that shines with green light from below the water. And the innermost ring includes a small vent that pours forth vapor shot through with white light. The dais inside the 4th ring supports a complex device of brass atop a metal pole covered in dials and complex runes.
Right. Well, that's
Okay.
probably a... Yeah, that's a you thing, Puzzle.
Yeah, I'm gonna
What's in the door?
arcana check this thing.
Okay, all right.
Let's see.
Okay, and so what are you, this is just like at a glance, like what is this thing?
So I figure, just making some assumptions, we're going to put our elemental crystals within the appropriate rings. But then this contraption in the middle, do I know what sort of device this is?
Well, given that the door has no visible way to open or shut it.
Oh, yeah, okay. So we're not even.
You could assume that there is something that needs to be done with this ring. So as you can see on the map, it's a bunch of the concentric circles, and they're all etched with runes, and it's
Let me come here.
Yeah.
Ah, now I can see the room. Okay.
Yeah, and you kind of have to like. It seems to be a puzzle or a locking mechanism, something like that.
Yep.
Based on the alignment of the various dials.
Yeah, can we just based on how this is drawn, are these like walls so we can't see the thing in the middle yet? Or can we see the brass deal?
Yeah, no, you can see all this stuff. Like anything that's visible to you on the map is visible to your character. This doorway, whatever's beyond that,
yeah, got you.
Is not yet revealed because ostensibly figuring out whatever it is that this device does.
That this device is that probably leads to that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cool. So I suspect this is the lock for the door. However, we should make sure that there aren't other traps elsewhere that are going to activate, because remember what happened on the entrance to the tunnel? How there was, remember? So I think we should just check around first. Who's good at checking for traps? I'm not.
Well, that depends. What sort of skill do you reckon it would be to Is it thievery? Because I'm better at that.
That sounds like the right thing.
I'm also quite good at that.
Really?
Yeah.
Probably actually better than you.
I mean, yeah, probably.
I like Dave's niche protection voice. What? That's my thing.
Yeah, so I just check the door and then also, like the ceiling, the walls, so back there and whatever's on the back wall. Those sorts of things.
And this been one of those situations in which somebody was trying to perceive if there were trouble in the.
Fascinating.
I
wonder how it works in this system.
It sounds like everybody wants to make some skill checks here. So yeah, I mean, if you would like to, you can tell me.
I'm going to perceive.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can do it. We can do it one of two ways, right? We can do it the apocalypse rolled way, where you tell me what you're doing, and I'll say that sounds like you're trying to roll this. Or we can do it the traditional way, where you tell me the skill you want, and I ask you, what is your character doing?
It's a 16.
Okay, so Lydia's perceiving. What is it? Is it just standing and looking around?
I think I'm just looking for details. Yeah, that might lead to trap.
Okay.
Notifications.
So each of the little pillars seems to be sitting on a dial, like on a ring. So each of these like rings seems like you can like push the pillar or like move it in some way, and that the rings might turn, or they might turn on their own, but they're definitely separated. And each of the pillars, the little pillars, has, surprising no one, a divot set.
Wow,
into
really?
Yeah.
Elemental pillars with divots?
Yeah.
Oh.
Right. I know. So yeah, the dial itself, all the way around the room, the dial itself, etched onto the floor are strange runes that are similar. Parsley, you can tell with your Arcana check, that are similar to the runes that are on the crystals.
Similar to the point of like the same handwriting?
Hard to tell because the scale is so different and because they're different materials, right? Like you'd use a different tool to etch into crystal than you would in stone. And then, yeah, each one has a faceted indentation that seems to be built to house a single gemstone. They are, as you imagine, precisely the same size as the ones you recovered from the elementals. So that's what you perceive, Lydia.
Well, it looks like we should slot the stones into their requisite places.
Wow, good job, boss.
That's what I got.
I mean, I was going to say that as well.
Okay, so are you going to do that, or do you want to examine the apparatus further?
A systems question.
Yeah.
Is 16 likely to do all the things? Like, should other people roll checks too? Or
16 is an average difficulty roll for a party of this size.
Okay.
I'd like one of us to check out the door before we do anything with this to make sure that it's not going to also shock us like things happened last time or anything like that.
I promise nothing. It may also shock you.
No,
What's beyond this weird door will shock you.
Shocking!
The door is clickbait.
I will attempt. So is it just perception?
It depends on what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm checking the door for... I guess I can just cast Detect Magic on the door and see what's going on there, because that's what
You could.
was there. There were different types of magic.
Mhm.
So,
Ha!
Okay, all
That's
right.
the magic word.
yeah. Is there anything other than stay locked door magic? Or-
So yeah, Parzel, your eyes begin to glow, and the universe's mysteries unfold before you. I mean, there's magic all over the damn place.
Yeah.
Yeah. The door is enchanted with abjuration magic. There's no question to you that it's magically sealed. The runes and the pillars all glow with a similar and connected magic.
But I'm only seeing abjuration, and I'm not seeing either conjuration or evocation.
You are not.
Whew, okay. Yeah, I think we're
You're
good to. I think we're good.
You want to check for like spikes and that? What aren't magic?
Oh, spikes. Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Right? You're like, we're safe. You open the door, and I'm like, yeah, they don't conjure these spikes. They just fall down from the ceiling.
There's no magic, therefore we are safe.
They're conjured by gravity. You're dead.
All right, let's have a look. Do you reckon that's thievery, Adam?
I'm not sure what thievery covers. It's definitely for like stealing stuff and for disarming traps, but
Skill uses. Here we go. I should have just looked.
that's all right.
Thievery, palm an object, steal an object, disable device, pick a lock. Okay.
I
so
think
it doesn't-
it's you discover it with perception, and then you can thievery thereafter.
Okay, I will try. Because I'm specifically looking for traps. Thievery. I'm having a look.
Nice. There appears to be no mechanical traps in this area. No logs that swing down, and then when you dodge out of the way, they fly back and hit you in the back. No spike traps. No falling blocks. You see no such devices.
Nah, that's all right. It's fine. Go on then.
Let's do it. Let's do the puzzle.
Wait, can you read these words?
Oh,
These
let's
symbols.
see. Yeah, maybe. Hold on.
Or
How
if there's like instructions.
how in the world?
Well, first of all, what languages do you speak?
Let me go find that spot on the character sheet. Where even is it? Character sheet.
I'm gonna guess Elvish.
Oh, Common, Elven, and Knoll.
Okay. Yeah, these characters are not in Common, Elven, or Knoll.
What about Sylvan or Orin?
Neither of those things.
About
challenge.
Orcish.
Dwarven?
Neither of those things, and it's my understanding that both of those languages use the same characters, so it's
Oh.
definitely neither Dwarven nor Orcish.
Does it look like what I know Draconic looks like? Because there's no way I've gone through magic school without seeing Draconic.
It doesn't appear to be Draconic. No.
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
You not got magic reading spell.
Not prepared today. Prepared today, I have like goblin pox to spook whoever's behind the door.
I didn't bring my reading languages spell, but I did bring my infect you with goblin disease spell.
Goblin pox.
That sounds awful.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't want
I'm
that.
all about that.
Nobody
Alright.
does. Hopefully, that's what we're banking on today.
Yep.
Go on then.
Yeah, so
Once
it's
you
written in
know-
a strange language that you don't recognize. But Parzel, you got a 26 on that Arcana check. I will say this: you're smart enough to recognize that it appears to be like there's not enough variation in the characters for it to be words. They seem to be. It looks like math to you.
Oh, okay. That's cool. So,
Okay, so it's definitely some sort of equation. So I'm of two minds about this. One, it's like Oh, I guess 3. So 1, it could just be the lock, right? That was the third one that I thought up. The first one was that it's a part of the whole countdown mechanism.
Wait, you started with the third one.
Well, the third one was the simplest, and that's not really simple. It's boring. So the first one that I thought was that probably it could have something to do with the countdown, with this whole stone thing that sent us on all of this in the beginning. And once we do the thing, it's going to actually start the whole like volcano thing. So that's that. And then the other thing it could be is like a sigil, and once it all snaps into place, because these are definitely going to rotate. Who wants to bet that these are going to rotate? My money's on that. Once they slot into space, something's going to happen. And right, it could have just like third option been the locked door, but ooh, it could be bad. Lots of sigils are super bad.
Nah, because we got the thing. Well, I said we was gonna stop it going. So by coming here, we wouldn't be the ones to put it in to make it go, would we? Because otherwise they'd already have them in there. Because they want it to happen. Or someone wants it to happen. You know?
Yeah, that's,
I reckon you just put them in and see what happens, to be honest.
So,
I mean, the worst thing that happens is more elementals come out and I'll punch them to death.
I feel like that's not the worst thing. The worst thing is that the volcano just goes.
Wouldn't that be a kick in the ass? Like, you solve the puzzle and it activates the volcano, and you
puzzle to activate the volcano.
You and everyone within miles dies. I mean, it kind of makes sense for a spiteful wizard to do that instead of like putting the keys to the tomb all around. I'm starting to think that this is a volcano activator, but I'm not a volcanologist.
Let it be known, the first time my players activate an obvious activatable button, it will do something terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think basically we just determined this is a PlayStation 1 horror game. Oh, you put them in the wrong order.
Yeah, it's weird. You look over and you see a typewriter sitting in the corner, but you don't have any ribbons.
So when I did the detect magic and everything, did the runes show separately than all of the rest of the abjuration?
It's all part of one like greater mechanism. Like, I don't know how granular detect magic. Like, if you
so detect magic isn't the thing, but I also have read aura, which does give me like what types of magic it is.
It's all part of the same like abjurational device. You would guess that for there to be, God, it's like playing mage again. For there to be a like an effect that would like conjure elementals to fight you or like burn you, there'd be some evocation magic, or you know,
or
like
yeah,
the question here is like, is detect magic like tasting a soup and being able to tell all the ingredients, or is it like, yo, it's magic soup?
Yeah,
you know?
So that my question to Pathfinder is, why did you split detect magic into both read aura and detect magic, but also keep read aura as a cantrip? Because read aura is the thing that tells me exactly the specifics of everything. Okay. That's the like, these are the ingredients in the soup, but detect magic is just like the soup's magic.
Does read aura do anything on its own?
Let's find out.
I think it's kind of cool to split it. It allows you to have creatures which are going to be innately magic based and will be able to detect things, but not be trained in reading auras.
Oh, so you think it has to do with like spell effects?
I mean, it's the same. It's the same as in Burning Wheel does this too, where you can have second sight, where you can see magic, but you have to train yourself to understand what you're seeing.
So does not every like spell list? I bet it gives you access to one or the other.
Maybe.
And wizard just gets
or
both.
Exactly, or just you get just detect magic, but then you have no ability to determine like what the auras mean.
Yeah, so it's you focus on the target object when the casting is complete. You know whether or not the item is magical, and if it is, you learn the school of magic.
Okay, and then detect magic is a 30-foot aura that registers the presence of magic, but nothing else.
Yeah.
Right, you'd use detect magic to see if there was a creature that had cast invisibility, but you'd use read magic on an object that you can see.
Yeah, so you find out what the things are in the room, and then if you want to spend an additional 10 minutes on it, you know what it is before we're touching it.
Yeah, I like it. I think it seems okay.
Yeah,
It does seem odd.
Thinking of it, especially thinking of it as like spell abilities, that makes so much more sense. Yeah.
Good assessment. So yeah, everything here is part of the same magical. You would guess it's all part of the same magical locking mechanism.
Yeah, it's probably just the boring lock one.
Do you want me to put the things in? I mean, I know you like the puzzles and you want to put the things in your
Do we all want to put them in at the same time? Everybody does one? Because there's 4 of us.
Is it important to do that?
I mean,
It's fun. It's fun.
I mean, it seems like the order in which they go in could be crucial.
So let's start with the outermost one, which is fire, so I'm going to do it.
Okay.
I take the fire one and go and put it in.
Okay, so you run over to the fire one and you socket it into the thing. It starts to glow. It was already a little glowy. Now it's more glowy. So it starts to give off a brighter kind of orange light, and as well on the pedestal in the center of the room, on the outer ring, some of the sigils, not all of them, but some of the symbols start to glow.
Oh.
I feel like we should have done earth first, and then fire, and then wind, and then water.
You know, the thing is,
missed opportunity. I guess
the thing is, you're missing the most important one. I never understood what
volcano at all.
I never understood what that ring did. Like, it just made people like that kid, like because he's so unlikable otherwise, or I don't. Just shoot people with Care Bear beams.
Well, I mean, like he had a little pet monkey on his shoulder. How could you not like it?
His ability was Charm Person, which, as we all know, is the least ethical of all magical abilities.
The most evil magic in all of
right? Evil mind control.
Right.
Terrifying. Like, I'd rather get blasted by a fireball than be forced by magic to think someone is my friend when they're not.
All right, so what's the next one? There's fire. What's the next one in?
Earth is the next one in. Yeah.
I get the Earth Stone and I put it in the thing.
Okay, same thing.
Troubling about why we're all doing this individually.
Because it's more fun that way. Everyone
It's
gets
way more fun.
Yeah, here. So you're over there, and Brad's over. No, Brad hasn't gone yet. Parzel went for the fire one. Okay. So you place it. Same thing in the inner ring. Some of the sigils start to glow on the second ring in.
I'll grab it. I'll take the next one.
Okay. Which is water, I believe, over here. Okay, so same thing. And then Plunderfist, you're
that makes sense. I should be the air because I can jump the highest.
That unassailable Plunderfist logic. Okay, yeah. So now that you've socketed all of the gems, the center column, the little brass like device on each of the rings, some of the sigils are glowing on each one.
Oh, it didn't do anything. I'm gonna go check.
Or spin them round, or spin the dials round.
Yeah, let's see.
So, how are there parts to it?
Yeah, there's one ring for each of the outer rings on that little pedestal thing. You can stand.
Oh, yeah, and I can see now that it has like that. If I shift them to all have the open thing open, that's how I would design it. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if that were the case, you wouldn't need any of the gems because they're all lined up the same way, and you could just use the ring. So when you do that, you get them all like lined up. It's like a nice C shape. And as you turn them, everybody else gets to go for a little ride because as you turn the ring, the stone ring on the outside like slides and moves everybody around. So yeah, you get them all like locked into position, but nothing happens.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna do this instead, and then I put all of the gems in a row.
So you're gonna manipulate the rings so that the gems all like
send my friends along on a trip.
Right. So then they end up
What are you doing?
Do you want
Very
to
short
line them
ones.
like this way, or like where do you want them
I
at?
was planning to point them first at the door, so like the way that you did.
Okay, so you do that. You can figure out how to like get them all to line up, and they do, and then nothing happens.
Okay, and then I shifted around to the back.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't seem that lining up the elements in that way do anything. Now, just to let you know, like when you're looking down at the rings themselves have characters.
runes?
They have characters
Yeah.
on them, and some of them on each ring are glowing.
Okay, cool. So then now that I've done all of that, I'm going to try to make the put the formula together so that yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Now it doesn't look like, as you rotate them, it doesn't look like there's necessarily like an easy way to make them all like line up. Across the rings with each other. But yeah, you can get in and like start turning them and fiddling with them and trying to like figure out how they match up and basically try to do the math, like learn the characters as you're doing it. It's gonna take you a minute. Is anybody gonna help with this? Is anybody want to like backseat this puzzle? Can we get a Twitch chat in here? Left, turn it left. B button. No,
Yeah.
this puzzle's so easy.
No, I got some intelligence. I'll help. Yeah,
Okay.
no, it's got to go like, it's like algebra. Did you ever learn algebra? You've got
I learned algebra.
That's that ancient city where the genies live, right? Algebra.
Yeah.
So you can make an Arcana, occultism, or religion check to either do or help with this.
I'm gonna help.
Okay.
I
Wow,
help.
look at the occult fist of Plunderfist here. You do help. You definitely help. Okay, so Parsley, you'll get a plus. You get a plus 2.
Sixth sense for puzzles.
Just because Blunderfist is used to punching his problems does not mean he can't also solve a Rubik's Cube in less than a minute or whatever.
That's true. That's true. Okay, so because the runes are glowy, like you would never have been able to figure this out with that die result otherwise, but because of the glowing runes to like kind of help you along, you're able to figure it out in a way that they click into place, they all align and start to glow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So now that they're glowing, you see the pattern, and you can see that in the central ring, the only one that doesn't move, you can see which of the what the correct answer is basically. And you can set that. You can press the button and turn the thing and make it go. So when you do that, then the rings start to rotate on their own. So they all kind of lock in and they start to rotate. And they find a position around the area that has some significance to whoever built this. And when they do, they start to glow, and we hear a click and the grinding sound of the doors opening. So these doors slide open.
Ha!
And
Everyone move off of the rings.
And everyone rolls for initiative.
Right. So yeah, there's a room beyond. I will describe this room to you because there's something here that's not on the map that I have to describe. So, glowing hieroglyphs shimmer on the walls of this oddly shaped room. Now and then, one of the hieroglyphs shimmers and changes or even vanishes altogether, while new glowing glyphs manifest elsewhere where none were previously. Slowly rotating circular diagrams are interspersed with these glowing runes. Along the walls lean the rigid, immobile shapes of several mummified human bodies, the mechanism by which the dead remain upright not immediately apparent. Portions of the room appear unfinished, with building materials still cluttering the corners. Another body floats limply near the ceiling of the far room, wearing a metal mask over its face. It doesn't look mummified like the others, and its long hair dangles limply.
Spooky.
Uh-huh.
Are you alive in there? Whisper to me.
There is no answer.
Can I? I'd like to see if there's if I can detect that something like strange is happening. Perhaps there's a smell that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so F. I pressed the wrong button. There we go. Come on, friends. I don't understand. I've been doing this for weeks, and I still am like, how do I use this?
How do I perceive things?
All right, here we go. Perception.
It smells like tomb down here.
Yep.
Yeah, it just smells like tomb.
Could I roll like a occultism on that mask situation?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you would guess even at a distance that this mask is magical. It doesn't look like, it's almost like a mask you'd put on a prisoner or something. Like it's got this kind of like a manacle sort of vibe to it.
It's like a metal spooky rivets mask.
Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is a G-rated stream, right?
Yeah.
God, if this is a G-rated stream, I've sworn way too many times in the history of this
it's just like what kind of room have we stumbled into?
Yeah, right. Yeah,
perhaps we should leave.
The magical. Yeah, this is the magical boudoir. But you don't seem to have interrupted anything. They seem to be done. But yeah, it's a God. There's a what is it? The Count of Monte Cristo. What's the one where the guy gets with the mask and he gets put in the tower? It is Man in the Iron Mask. Okay, yeah, thank you. What's the name of that book about the guy with the metal face?
Iron Mask.
And there was a man.
What is that called? I know there's a mask and he's wearing it. It's an iron, I think. I have the worst memory. Thank you for that, Josh. That was a good moment.
I'm happy to help.
Iron Man 2.
Yeah, Iron Man 2. Iron Man lives in the tower. Okay, so you walk in there, Plunderfist.
Yeah.
And of course, entering the tomb awakens its guardians. So the mummified figures on either side of the room lurch to life and commence attacking you.
Oh, I'm sorry. There were guardians?
I know, right?
Who could possibly have predicted that there might be guardians?
Yeah. It's definitely not one of the orthodox dungeon design undead rooms, but it's fine. So yes, please.
And here we see
the
undead room.
Yeah. I went looking for that post and I still couldn't find it. But there's like, you can tell by the shape of a room. You're like, this is a vampire room. This is a skeleton room. That's how it is.
Yep.
All right. So let me find these nerds. And then
if there is a dead guy sitting on a throne, he is gonna get up.
He will get up and mess up your shit. Yeah, totally. Yeah, for real. It's a thing. Okay, all right. So let's get that timer out. Let's get everybody to roll initiative because yes, these guardians are going to attack the hell out of you. So if you would, initiative, please. Oh, so fast, Brard.
Nah, I'm fast. You see this? I was ready for it. I see him.
Even faster. All right. Okay. Yeah. So I will add.
What I love is you said so fast, Brard. Brard has the lowest initiative of any.
I know everybody beat Brard. I feel so bad. I shouldn't have said anything. I'm sorry. I was the first one I saw, and I was like, 16's great. All right. Well, I only got a 9, so forget me. Plunderfist, high speed Plunderfist. It is your turn.
All right. I reckon I'm gonna go up to a fellow.
Okay. All right.
And I'm gonna see how fast he is. I'm gonna go for the grapple. The grapple man.
Nice. Okay. All right.
This action is at least one free hand. I've already got my hands free because I punch.
Yep.
It's an athletics check against the opponent's fortitude DC, which I obviously don't know, but I'll make an athletics check, which I'm pretty okay at.
Okay. And fort DC is 10 plus whatever they would normally roll to save, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You got it. They definitely don't have a 15 fortitude save.
So here's the thing.
Okay.
this is the combo I've wanted to be trying out for like 3 sessions.
Nice.
Because
Okay.
it turns out if you're grappled, you're flat-footed. So I grab it, and then I sneak attack him by punching him.
Okay, perfect. So you move up to him.
Surprise, sucker punch!
That's the one thing I would have never expected when I was grappled in combat. Being punched.
You move up to him, get him in a headlock, and just start wailing on his mummy face.
Heck yeah, I do.
Okay, all right.
All right. It's a 27 hit.
A 27 does indeed hit. Yes.
Does it crit?
Yes, actually it does.
Hell yes. 'Cause things actually happen when I do this.
Yeah, because he's flat-footed, so it definitely is a crit. Yeah.
Yeah. So deal 11 bludgeoning damage on top of that, so I do 20 in total.
Okay.
He gains the slowed condition.
Damn. All right.
Because with my brute strike, because I'm a brute archetype rogue, if I crit on a sneak attack, I apply the critical weapon specialization of my weapon.
Cool. And so what does slowed do? Reduces move?
Reduces the amount of actions they can take.
Oh, sick. So he only has
That's
2.
really good. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And he's grappled. You get him in a headlock. Punch him in his
Yeah,
skull
and I
first.
actually do sneak attack damage, which I have never done, so I didn't actually put in my shit.
All right, please go ahead.
I
love that,
think
like,
I'm-
Blunderfist walks into the room, these, like, mummies come to life, and he's like, all right, grabs one in a headlock and just wailing on him.
Yeah. Classes. Sorry, I just got to check what number it is. I think it's 2d6, but I'm double checking. No, it goes up at level 5, so it's just an extra d6 of.
Yes.
This is precision damage as well, if it matters for like resistances or whatever.
Okay.
3 extra.
All
So
right,
23.
number 3. Nice. Okay. And grappled means can't move? Like, he's basically just going to have to make 2 attacks on you while you're grappling him, right?
It's grabbed.
Okay.
Held in place, making you immobile and flat-footed.
Okay. All right, perfect.
If you attempt to manipulate action, activity, free action, or reaction while grabbed, you must succeed a DC 5 flat check, or it is lost.
If they try to
So I might be able to. Yeah, if he tries to punch me,
do
I
anything,
might-
he's got a 1 in 4 chance or whatever to fail.
Yeah.
So actually, grappling's pretty good. So you're just like shaking him around. He's trying to punch you, and there's like a slim chance he'll just blow whatever action he's trying to take.
Yeah,
Nice.
I originally thought that this was like a really weak archetype, but once I realized that grapple is built to be used with this, it doesn't mention it anywhere. It seems much stronger.
Interesting. I feel like you could do an essay or a really good YouTube video of like grappling through various systems, because it's always the thing that like people get like hung up on. There's always some weird thing in grappling. Sometimes it's like, I grab them, cool, nothing happens, they just ignore you. And then other things, it's like, cool, well, now I'm just gonna hold him on the ground and just keep fucking pulling his underwear over his head. Parzel, it is your turn. You're all the way ass across the room. You hear fighting in the other room.
Oh, can I not even see?
I mean, you see what's happening, and then you look up from the puzzle and see Plunderfist has thrown himself at the mummies.
Cool. So I'm gonna move to here.
And then I'm gonna cast Grease.
Okay, all right.
So I'm gonna fill out let me get a tool.
You conjure a beautiful but sort of sad indie game.
Yeah. So 1, 2,
Game is fantastic.
It's so good.
3. Let's see. And do we want the last one here, or here?
Yeah, where do you want that, Grease?
2, 3. Dang, what do you want?
Oh, these are your options?
Yeah.
Oh, you're making like a line.
Yeah, so they're contiguous. So
it's in squares, not in a 3x3 or.
it didn't specify. Okay, so the spell says,
Yeah.
you conjure a greasy goo with effects based on your target.
Mm-hmm.
Targets one object of bulk 1 or less, or an area of 4 contiguous 5-foot squares. And contiguous just means sharing border, touching.
Next to each other. Yeah, okay.
So I'm making a line here, like from the corner of the door, blocking that off. 1, 2, 3, definitely. And then the 4th is going to go.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3 greasy squares, and then right. Do you want the other? Okay, I see what you're doing now with the arrow. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, where do you want it?
Do you guys have opinions?
Probably there, I would have thought.
Oh, this one?
If you're trying to use it to protect the rest of you all, then yeah, in that one I would.
Okay, let's do that one. That one seems great.
Okay.
Because I guess they have to like roll or something, or they fall over.
Yeah, tell us the rest of what your greasy business is for.
Okay, yeah. This is one of the ones that got eroded, so let me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
In the grease spell, change the target and area entry to any solid ground in the area is covered with grease. Each creature standing on the greasy surface must succeed at a reflex save or an acrobatics check to maintain balance against your spell or DC or fall prone. Creatures moving onto the greasy surface after the spell is cast must also attempt an acrobatics check to balance. A creature that takes a step does not have to attempt a check or save. So maybe it even makes more sense to just put it over them and also block us. Yeah, let's just do that. So let's sorry to keep adjusting this grease.
No, it's okay. Tell me where you want it. So you want it on.
So yeah, I want it on them, and then I guess.
So like 1, 2, and then 3. Where do you want your next contiguous?
We can do that technically. I think that's probably the best.
Oh, like a circle
thing
like that? Yeah, that's possible too. Yeah. So the thing is, remember they can move like diagonally. And that's not crossing it.
Yeah.
It's probably there, right? It's probably those 4, and the back one, wherever he goes, has to step over 2. That way, if you put the last one
in the back corner here, or here,
because you can force.
Here. Yep. That's the right way to do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that little T shape.
So this guy.
Okay. So you cast grease back there. Okay, so like that.
Yep, that's how we're greasing.
Okay.
So they have to make an 18 reflex save.
All right, hold on. I gotta move all this shit onto the right. There's green stuff everywhere now.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
I would erase it if I could, but
that's fine.
It doesn't.
I just gotta make sure it's all in the map layer so that nobody trips over it. Hang on. Okay, good. I think they're in place now. Great. All right, so one there, and they have to make reflex saves or immediately fall down as the grease is conjured below their feet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right.
Imagine that, like trying to intimidatingly come back to life from the dead. You're like,
and they fall over.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because they got their arms out as well, obviously.
Obviously, yeah. Okay, so the top one. What's the DC on this? 18, you said?
18.
Jesus. Okay, 12. And hey, one of them got it. Okay, so the furthest one falls down and lands on his butt. The other one slips around in the muck a little bit, but doesn't wipe out.
You got greased.
Nice. All right, Lydia, it is your turn.
Well, is there one still standing? You said one made it.
There's 2. Yeah, there's this one right here, and then that one there on the other side.
All right. Well, I'm not going to shoot through my dear friend Blunderfist, so I will instead mark the other target, the other standing target, and then shoot them.
Okay. All right. So I will put the little mark on that guy.
19 for 6.
19 is a hit for 6.
There you go.
Nice work. Okay.
Nice.
And then I move back to exactly where I'm standing to reload the cross.
Right. Rolling around. Okay, and that's your turn?
Yep.
All right. Berard. You're surrounded by mummies. Well, sort of. Your friends are surrounded by mummies. You're doing okay.
Do we have does it look like there's one that is like, are they all grunts? Is the floating one in the back doing a thing yet?
No, he's just hanging out. He's just floating by the ceiling.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm gonna I want to use my. I kind of want to use my magical dagger. Nobody's injured yet, so there's not a whole lot to. Oh, actually, here's a question. Plunderfist, do you actually use a weapon, or is it just fists?
Just my fists.
Oh, okay. Well then, never mind.
Can you turn undead?
Let's see. Divine. I have. I didn't prep anything for that. It actually doesn't look like it.
It might be.
I have disrupt undead.
That's good too. Turn undead might be a use of your divine. Oh, it's a feat. Okay, and I don't know if you get it for free or not. Interesting. Let's see.
Channel energy.
Yeah, because that's definitely like a default. Like we assume all clerics can do that, but I don't think so.
Doesn't look like it, no.
Neat. Okay. So yeah, well, turn undead is like it's a choice. It's a thing you have to get as a cleric level. It's not just like a default thing. Yeah, turn undead, feat 1. Undead harmed by it's part of. Okay, here we go. So you can hurt the undead by channeling positive energy. Turn undead is not a specific ability. What happens is that undead who are harmed by your positive energy might flee from your holy might, compelled by an innate aversion to the force. When you use a heal spell to damage undead, each undead that critically fails the save or you critically hit with your touch attack gains the fleeing condition for 1 round.
Oh, so they're like actually turning, like
Yeah, and it's if you take turn undead as a feat, it improves on your ability to harm undead by putting a fear effect on the damage you can already deal using the heal spell.
So it's more of a turnaround dead eyes every now and then.
I mean, I was gonna say they're undead, so every now and then they do fall apart. It's true. It's happening to them right now.
That's fair.
But that does mean that you can use your heals to like zap them instead of heal.
But I've got the oh dang it, now I gotta go back. But I do have disrupt undead. Yeah, and disrupt undead, you infuse the target with energy, dealing 1d10 positive damage. Target must attempt a fort save, and heightening increases damage. So but I can't heighten it because it first heightens at 3rd level. So
yeah, but you can still cast it. And that's is that a cantrip?
It's a cantrip.
Nice. Yep. Yeah. And so what's cool about fighting undead as a cleric is that if you do your AoE heal, all of your friends will get healed and all of the undead will get damaged.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
It doesn't do a whole lot though, and we don't need any heals yet. So
nope,
I think
I'm
gonna save them. Okay. Now I finally I can finally shine in combat.
That's right.
Why did I say that out loud? Why did I say that?
Listen, Brard has some self-esteem issues that
Brard's bloodthirsty today.
I'm finally gonna kill some stuff.
This is the time sending the undead back to their graves. Okay, so I'll now it's got a verbal component. That means I can cast it at range, right? For 2 actions.
Yeah. Well, so it's range is 30 feet, and it's a somatic and verbal, so it takes 2 of your 3 actions.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll go ahead and I'll cast it at the one that's standing to the right of Plunderfist. Which one is that? Isn't there one? There's one that is.
Yeah. This one.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do a.
So yeah, you roll your d10 and I'll roll the save. And this is interesting. The reason this has a saving throw isn't to prevent the damage. Like if I get the save, it doesn't make they still take the 1d10 damage. The reason there's a save is because I might critically fail or critically succeed. And there's a few abilities like that, which is quite interesting. Where it's like save, but we don't care if you get a regular save. You have to get the crit save.
Okay.
And it's a fortitude save?
Yes.
Okay. I get a 1, which is a critical fail, which means the damage is doubled and the creature is enfeebled for a round. So roll that, or I guess it just doubles. It takes 6 damage. All right, so take 6. Dave, do you know what enfeebled does?
Yeah, that's your attack rolls negative by the amount of enfeebled.
Right. So
it's attack rolls and Attack rolls, damage rolls, and strength-based checks.
So would that be -1?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
And then
-1 to rolls.
it fades by 1 after at the end of its turn, right?
Specifically this one, yes.
Yeah.
It says you're enfeebled 1 for 1 round.
I remember that. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, oh, bro, do you have one more thing you can do, right? Because you didn't move first. You just cast your spell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What would you like to do?
No, I don't think I have anything I want to do for one action.
Okay. All right. So the mummies, they're all affected by some bullshit or another. So let's see. This one over here, the one that's fallen down. That one is going to take the action to stand up, and then he's going to take a step out of the grease, and then he'll use his last action to try to punch Parzel. What's your armor class, Parzel?
It's just AC.
Yeah. Well, you're fine anyway.
Yeah, it's 18.
All right. So he lunges out, takes a swing at you, and you easily dodge out of the way. The one in the back here, the hunter's marked one, he's got nowhere to go, so he's gonna step, which doesn't trigger the falling down, and then he's gonna attack from there. He's gonna attack Berard. So here we go, Berard. We got a 14, which is a miss. Okay, so that one, same thing, takes a swing at you, can't hit you. The one that is enfeebled is just gonna go ham on Plunderfist here. So it's +7 to hit instead of +8 because of his enfeeblement.
That's what the number is, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a miss. That's a miss, friend.
They are terrible. All right, so second attack. He's going to take another strike at +2. Did that hit you?
I dodge.
Okay.
Well, I've got the other. Actually, yeah, I've got the other one grappled. So I pull him round and he punches his friend in the back.
Right? Like you're like grappling him and like ducking, and I'm amazed that you can still dodge while being grappled. And then one last one at -3.
The dodgiest boy.
So last one at -3. No, definitely no. So he's all feeble and weak because of the being blasted. So yeah, lunging at you, trying to get you. And then the one that is being grappled and who is also slowed only has 2 actions. So he's going to take a swing. Yep. Dave, do you want to make the D20 roll? If you get a 1 through 5, he doesn't get to take this first attack.
Yeah, right.
Okay,
oh,
so he
no,
does.
Too good.
All right.
Too good.
So he punches you. Oh my god, he does not hit you. Okay, he's going to attack again. Do you want to roll it again?
Yeah.
See if you can grapple him out of it. Nope.
What?
I want some of those. I want some of those 17s.
I don't have them.
No, just a whole round of nothing. Just nothing at all. All right.
Hell yeah.
Plunderfist, it's your turn.
All right, I'm going to punch him. I'm going to punch the one I keep in my grapple because it lasts until the end of my next turn, which is this turn.
Right, the grapple does, yep.
So hopefully I'll just kill him before
yeah.
Before I have to re-grapple.
Okay.
Punch 1. Is it 24 a hit?
It is a hit, yes.
But not a crit.
No, not a crit. That's for 10.
Yeah, and that's a sneak attack. So 11.
Another one, okay.
And attack number 2.
Make a second strike. Jesus. He's super dead.
18.
So you run up to him, you get him in this headlock, and you're just punching his skull face over and over and over, and then your hand just goes right into it, just poof, and like dust just falls all over you. You yank your hand out, and just the body just collapses out of.
Yeah, because I always imagine mummies are like hollow.
Yeah,
because you take. I mean,
yeah, they are hollow. They're mummified.
Yeah, so I'm just like, and I chuck that one off to the side as a free action.
Yeah.
Like square up to the next one.
Uh-huh.
He goes for the punch. I go for the next headlock. I'm just gonna grab him.
Okay, do it.
Alright, sucker. That's probably good.
No, that won't do it. So you lunge at him and he slaps you aside. Like, no, I see how this works. All right, Parzel, Grease, mistress of the tomb. Do you need to concentrate, or is the grease just here now until somebody mops it up?
I believe the grease just exists.
Okay, yeah, good.
I unfortunately went away from the page, but it didn't seem to have a concentrate duration.
All right.
So before I do this other thing, just logically, that mask, do objects that people wear typically have bulk, period?
Generally, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Then I won't mess with that. Instead, I have somebody
mage hand it off his face.
That's what I thought too, yeah.
That was the plan, to just try to mage hand it away. But if it has bulk, I can't unless I heighten it.
It might be light, to be honest. But
It's a big metal mask, yeah.
Yeah, bulk, object of bulk, light or less. So, well, maybe. No, it has to be unattended. So that's how they did that. You can't
It's strapped to his
people
face.
are wearing. Yeah, that is a wise way to do it.
yeah, just take someone's sword. Usually, like, whoop.
Nope.
Yeah. Which makes you wonder: can you mage hand like somebody's robes over their head, or like?
Well, but those are not unattended, are they?
Do you attend?
How
to,
not
do you attend,
paying attention to it?
Do you attend to your clothes all the time?
Are ion stones unattended? What's going on?
Right? Yeah, they float around on their own.
So airport security is like super up on mage hand.
They're walking around mage handing bags. Right? If a bag gets picked up, they call security.
Excuse me, did any of you see who put this down here? No. Whoop.
This bag is unattended.
So instead, I'm going to do a heightened shock and grasp on the friend right in front of me.
Okay.
So I'm hitting its touch AC, or at least attempting to.
Yeah, sure.
I wish I could attack touch AC. By punch.
You'd think you're just punching is just touching aggressively, but it's about you still have to get through the armor, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Nice. So. Yes, you touch him. You touch him with your
punching is just touching aggressively. Is that what I just heard?
Yes, and it is though. It's just very aggressive touching.
Yeah, I just grab his face and release a bunch of electricity.
Right? He's like trying to bite you through the like wrappings, and, and you just put your hand on his forehead.
No. So it's 2d12 plus my spellcasting ability modifier, which is the same +8, right? Heightened is nice.
No, it's +4.
+4. Okay, so 2d12 +4.
2d12.
So swinging.
That's Zappa.
Okay. Let's see how we do. Zorp. Hot damn. Okay.
So that, and then also, if the target is wearing metal armor, no, probably.
Let's see. No.
Wow.
No.
Darn, because it you get +1 to the attack in the first place if they are, and then you also get a D4. Oh no, they updated it to a D6. A D6 persistent electricity damage.
Oh, that's so cool. So you charge up their armor, and it like zaps them every turn. Neat.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's what's cool about, that's the trade-off, right? Like the more complex the systems that the game has, the more little bits and pieces you can nudge around to create further narrative effects. Like when we ask like, well, why doesn't it do like this thing? Often the game is like, well, because then we'd have to add another layer. So being able to use that extra persistent damage thing with electricity, with metal armor, there are pieces for that in the mechanisms, which is neat. But then you have to remember and know all of that stuff. So it's a trade-off. Cool. Okay. Yeah. No, they're not wearing metal armor. They're just like wrapped in burial linens.
Awesome. So I do that, and then I knock and activate my staff and activate the burning hands to go.
Nice.
Like, yeah, to not hit Brard, but hit these two buddies that are near the grease. So let me quickly find burning hands. I'm pretty sure it's a reflex save.
Does anything happen to the grease when it gets hit by fire?
It's gotta, right? It has to. I have to have lit this on fire.
Bursts into flames.
Doesn't mention, but you could say so.
I mean, it's not flammable grease. I think it's just like Vaseline.
That's flammable.
But not that flammable. Not like oil flammable in the way that we're thinking.
But petroleum's pretty flammable, isn't it?
It's true. But I mean, if you hold a lighter up to a thing of Vaseline, it's not gonna like burst into flame.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, have you tried it though?
No, I haven't. I have neither a lighter.
I'm just saying, like, maybe. Okay, never mind. I was just trying to help. I just wanted to help.
So you make the reflex 18.
Okay, all right, and that's for both of them because they're both in the range of the spell.
Yep.
Bleep bleep. +2 reflex. So top one, bottom one. Cool, guys. Okay, all right.
Okay.
Let's get you a cool effect while you do this. What does it do?
It does 3d6.
Nice.
3d6
Yeah, go ahead
fire.
and roll that.
Let me make sure that it doesn't add anything. I don't think it does.
These are my favorite pointless pointless Roll20 feature. I love them.
The most ridiculous, like, little fire spray thing.
So 9 fire to them.
Okay, well, they are weak to fire, so you actually deal 19 fire damage to them.
That's significant.
Yeah, it is.
Did you like kill one?
No, almost, but you don't kill them. Fire bursts from your staff, enveloping these two nerds. And is there any persistent fire damage, or is it just a blast of heat?
No, it's just a blast.
All right, cool. Lydia, it is your turn.
I bet you can't guess what I do.
I think you're probably going to cast Conjure Illusion.
That would be amazing if I could do that. But I go for the grapple. All right, I will. No, I'm only kidding.
I mean, it makes them flat-footed, so you're actually more likely to hit them.
Wait, so if I grapple a guy and then I shoot him in the head with my crossbow,
but also like, isn't there a penalty for being crossbow while in melee?
There isn't. No. Only if you do the like complex interaction thing is there like a penalty. So point blank crossbowing is actually a thing you can do.
Right. So you can run up, grab them with your free hand, yank them to you, and then plow.
I run up to the guy and I grapple him. How do I grapple, Dave? I don't even.
I love that Lydia sees Splinterfist doing this. You're like, hey, that's a smart move, and you run over and like grab him around the waist.
Athletics check 8. I fail. Real bad. But then I have an extra thing, so I shoot.
No. So it's against the DC. So it's you miss. You don't grapple.
Okay, then that's fine.
Come here, you, and you're grabbing it as.
And then I'm saying like I missed the grapple, but then I'm like, fuck it,
shoot him in the face anyway. All right, do it. roll that crit damage. He's extremely dead. You just
20 damage this guy with
toast. You run over, there's a brief like slap fight while you try to get a hold of him, and then you're like, what am I doing? Blam, you shoot him in the face and he topples over backwards.
Oh, fucking A, Leo.
Dang.
That was sweet.
I've got a bunch of blood splatter across my face. I just look over at Plunderfist. I'm like, got him.
All right, Berard, it's your turn. There are 2 mummies left.
Let's go ahead and I'm not gonna be as majestic, but more disrupt.
Okay, good. So I'll make the save. All right, fort save plus. Okay, I got an 18. So it means I got the save, so it's just the regular damage. And you're attacking which one? The one that in front of you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Roll a d10.
Plunderfist seems okay.
Yeah. You kill him.
Uh-huh.
He is disrupted. So instead of physically attacking the undead's body like everyone else does, you're attacking the negative energy that is keeping him alive. If anyone ever casts Disrupt Undead on me, I will die instantly. Please don't cast that spell on me.
No, the negative energy.
I am sustained by negative energy, so please just stay the fuck away from me with that shit. So you disrupt his connection to the negative energy plane. He can't check Twitter anymore, and he just comes apart. It's This game got real.
I need to cast that on myself. Like, I just like,
can we all just disrupt?
Can we communally just cast it on Facebook and Twitter?
Yep.
Reddit, perhaps. I don't know how much we need
just
for Reddit.
Disrupt them.
Reddit is fireball, right? Reddit's just.
So that was your first action, Berard. For Disrupt Undead, is it 2 actions or
2?
1? It's 2. Okay, so you have one more action if there's anything you want to do.
I want to check. Hold on a second. Are
If you're
you
close enough to one, you can grapple it.
Plunderfist just wants everyone to grapple everyone else.
Look, it's legit. It's a good strat.
Oh no, I can't cast it without 2 actions, so I am okay.
Okay. All right. Cool. So it
Actually,
is...
can I move?
Yeah. You've got 1 action left. You can move around.
I'm gonna move. Can I stand here?
Yes. Yeah. You can stand over the. Yep.
Okay.
over
Actually,
the bottom.
actually, no. I'm gonna go here instead. Actually.
Okay.
So does that kill your line of sight, Parcel?
Parcel was already slightly like blocked by
All right,
it's not
actually,
any
Would I
worse.
be able
I'll stay where I am. That's okay.
No, but the thing that I want to do on my next turn, I need line of sight to the guy, but I can just move through you for
Sure.
a thing, right?
Yeah, you can just step over Brad.
Yeah, just walk.
Okay.
Through you.
In that
He's only
case,
this
yeah.
big.
So we're fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where you want to be.
Okay. All right. The last remaining mummy. None of them have hit anybody. Like they have done exactly nothing so far, which is fantastic. It is going to attack Brard with the first attack.
Rude.
So rude.
Rude. Very rude.
It gets a 26. It does hit you. I actually get to roll damage. Okay. So it deals D8 plus 4 damage. So you're going to take 11 damage, Brard. And I need you to make a Fortitude DC 16 saving throw. It does have the mummy rot.
Hold on. Okay.
Big roll. You don't want it. It's bad.
And punches you with its rotting fist.
I don't think my fortitude is particularly. Wait, where is it?
It's a DC 16
There we go.
Fortitude saving throw. Oh, well, at least it's not a critical fail. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I mean, it is because
It
it's
is.
a 1.
Oh, because it's a 1 anyway. Yeah. Okay. Well, it doesn't make any difference when you critically fail this. All right. You have stage 1 mummy rot. I'm sorry to tell you this. I have a pamphlet you can read if you'd like. We can talk about your healthcare options. You have stage 1 mummy rot. All right. And then he has some more attacks. So he's going to just keep punching you. Because the first one went so well.
Come at me. Come at me.
Ooh! No, he's hitting Brard. Brard takes a big crit to the face. So it's 2d8 plus 8, but you can't get mummy rot again. So you just take 19
Phew.
damage.
It doesn't make the more mummy rot.
No, you don't get additional rotting. And then d20 minus, let's see, 8, 3 minus 2. So he's just gonna keep flailing on the little gnome. He's mad because you blocked him on the negative energy plane. Okay, good. He's done. He misses you dramatically. Plunderfist, it is your turn.
It's grapple time.
It's a lot of pain.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Nope. No grappling.
Is it worth me attacking twice, or do I want to? I mean, since this doesn't have diminishing returns, I might as well do this again because my second is next less likely to hit.
Yeah. Well, you haven't made a strike yet, right? These don't count as strikes, so.
No.
Yeah.
I don't believe so.
No,
It doesn't say it.
Okay. Yeah. So.
Okay, so I grab him.
A failed attempt, a successful attempt. He's grappled now, which makes him flat-footed and slow, right?
Not slowed yet. That was when I crit.
Oh, when you crit. Okay, so flat-footed, and then you can take a swing at him. Definitely hit.
I think that might be a crit though.
It is. Yes. Yeah, his AC 16.
Okay, so that's. Oh, I should have been doubling my. Do I double my sneak attack? I feel like yes.
I think you do.
I think you do. Yeah.
I should have done extra damage last time, but whatever.
All
So that's a total of 14,
Okay.
25, and
Got
he's
it.
slowed 1.
Now he's slowed. Okay. So you just grab him and start socking away. And yeah, now he's all slowed down and grabbed. Okay, Parzel. It's your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay. So I would like to move forward.
Okay.
And then oh no, at the start of my turn,
Yeah.
I get back Grease.
Okay, good. Fantastic.
Then I move forward.
Uh-huh.
Oh, what? The dynamic lighting isn't showing me the rest of the. Is there a facing element to this? I'm trying to see the guy to know where to move to.
Which guy? The flying guy or the
flying guy?
Oh, I haven't put him on the map. He's just like hanging out back here.
Oh, okay. Well, I get to within 30 feet of the flying guy. So where do I have to be for that based on it, like being up in the air and stuff?
Yeah, I mean the ceilings are pretty low. I'll just like I'll do a shitty drawing of a mask.
Okay, so I'll stay here in case I need to like make my friend grow large and yeah.
This fight has all kinds of good stuff going for you. It's grease everywhere, a lot of grappling, disrupting negative energy.
There's a bunch. Now I'm going to cast Grease on the mask.
All right.
Yeah. So targets one object of bulk 1 or less. I presume it's around there.
Grease facials.
So we're doing the other one. Also, the duration is not concentration. It just lasts a minute.
Okay. Good for your skin, Adam.
So if you cast the spell on an unattended unattended objects are not what we care about here.
Okay. If you target an intended object, the creature that has the object must attempt an acrobatics check. The thing is, he's not going to drop it because it's like, it's strapped to his face. Like, yes, it'll get really greasy, but it's like, he drops it, but it's still hanging off, like it's on him. Like,
but it doesn't exactly work that way, because if you read the thing, if he tries to use the mask, he gets a -2 thing to it, and if he crit fails, it falls off his face.
Like, I feel like he's unconscious is the thing, and like grease wouldn't make it just fly off of him. Like, you have to apply some pressure in some direction, because gravity is holding it on. Like,
I hear what you're saying, but is he using the mask?
No,
okay.
he's not currently using the mask.
If he does, it might just slide right off his face.
Okay, so we see then under the mask, grease begins dripping down on the front of this guy's shirt and like dripping off of him onto the floor.
Yes,
he's got a greasy face now.
Not just his face though, because since it's on an attended object, he's now greasy.
Good.
And if someone tries to grapple him, he has a bonus.
Hey buddy, we killed those mummies and we greased you up. Okay, the mummies I understand, but why am I covered in grease? Come here, I'll show you.
Yep.
Okay, good, fantastic. That's right. Only the god of clarity, Clearasil, can save you now. All right, good. So he's a greasy, floating, unconscious man. Perfect. I love it. Okay, Lydia, it is your turn.
I shoot the other guy.
Okay, good. Do it. He's flat-footed.
Oh wait, I mark him. And then I shoot him.
I love this here where Lydia, like, you're taking a shot at someone that, like, Plunderfist turns him around.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you hit.
8 damage.
Okay, all right.
And I reload my crossbow.
Okay, you do the crossbow wiggle. Yeah.
I do the wiggle, yeah.
Okay. The way to defeat Lydia is to put her in a 5x5 box.
She can't move.
I can't wiggle. Okay, you want to talk to him again? See, she's still going.
No, that's it. That's all.
That's
my
it, right?
actions.
Because you
shoot.
shoot and yeah,
reload.
Right, because he hadn't been targeted. Yep, got it. Okay, Brard, it is your turn. Your face feels tingly from where the mummy punched you.
That's gross.
Yeah.
Let's do.
Listen, it's gross, but at least you're not greasy mask face over there.
I'm in pretty bad shape. I think I probably look the part of greasy something right now. Let's use a I guess let's do another disrupt.
Yeah, if you manage to hit him, we'll probably kill him.
Yeah, and it doesn't even, like, he has to get a critical success to not take at least 1 damage. So let's see how he does. Nope, he gets a 12. So he's toast. You get him. He had 1 hit point left. So yet again, another vicious undead disrupted by Berard's power of positive thinking and crumbles like a regular old corpse to the floor. So let's on that note of success, let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll attend to this floating greasy man. Somebody who invited the Baron Harkonnen into this dungeon. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.